Hey everybody, I'm in a little cove on the ocean. I really want to do a video outside today, but it's like up there it's incredibly gusty, windy. So I found a little sheltered area. And I thought maybe we'd look at a few things. I just have my cards here. We're gonna look at the stained glass tarot. And here's a little crazy again. There's some real heavy shit going on in the United States. There really is. And this is where we get to prove what we're made of. This is the call. We're being called by the creator spirit. We're being called to stretch. We're being called to not succumb to lethargy, to not take the stand of doing nothing, which is that's choosing a position, right? Choosing to do nothing. That's taking a stand for doing nothing. So we're not doing that. June 1st, 2020 was the day that Donald Trump had rubber bullets fired and tear gas sprayed on peaceful protesters at Lafayette Square. I know it's unbelievable that we're back here. 4 years ago, massive Black Lives Matter protests that unfortunately were demonized by this fascist regime, of course, because fascism includes just unbelievable amounts of racism. I heard Jeff Daniels say recently on a video, I remember my dad used to say that Jeff Daniels gave the best sort of response to what America really is, like a kind of reality check kind of thing, several years ago. It was a really amazing response to a question Jeff Daniels was asked about, you know, the mishaps of America. So I saw him on a more recent video in which he said it's not really make America great again, it's make America white again. Let's be real. I don't know what's going on over here to my left, but there's a movie team here, and there's some kind of I can't figure out if it was a real wedding that's happening over there, or if it's staged for a movie. I think it's staged for a movie. So apparently there's a band, but I don't think it's going to be like copyright strike risk, because it doesn't sound like a pop tune to me. Anyway, so I thought I had a nice peaceful spot. Kind of lifts the energy, huh? So I'll let it play. You can listen. Don't get into the cards. Yes, there's people dancing. I just think it's funny. I found this private little cubby and I have that behind me. So we have background music. Happy background music. It's great. Spirit sent me out here. So this kind of reminds me of my sermon today at Church of Spirituality, like how to navigate, how to balance like the grief and the drama and the trauma with keeping our vibration high. So it's a perfect illustration. Don't miss the amazing talk by Governor Waltz. Really great. I would like to hear more talk about Kamala. Hopefully we can make that happen, and more more words from Kamala, but he gave an amazing speech at a Democratic event. So check that out. I did post it on my community page. We're going to pull 3 cards about the state of Dumpy. The state of Dumpy. And I just brought my regular stained glass cards. The state of Dumpy. Who's really falling apart. Don't be fooled. He's definitely falling apart. So the 3 cards and one flipped over, so I'll just... Okay. He's highly, highly, highly emotional and he's not sleeping. You probably don't need a psychic to tell you that, but that's what the cards are saying. People are going to him and telling him things that aren't true. Like, it's going to be okay, it's going to be okay. I don't think it's going to be okay for Dumpy, but people around him are telling him it's going to be okay, it's going to be okay. And the 4 of Cups, I'm going to tell you the Democrats are missing an opportunity right now. So that's going to be us. Because the Democrats in our Congress are, they have too much going on. They need for us to get up and fight. And the Queen of Wands, I was just talking, now this is what I see happening. I see Dumpy as he gets weaker and weaker and as he's just really falling apart. I see him starting to obsess over Kamala. It's going to be quite a week. Just like he's gone... Oh, there's a parade. Sorry for the distraction. Let me see if you can see that. Probably not. Probably not. They're walking down the path here. Anyway. Don't be surprised. Just kind of the same way that he's obsessing about the celebrities. Sorry, I don't mean to make you seasick. But I have to move this. Just like he... It's the wackiest outdoor video yet. Just like he's obsessing over Beyonce and Bruce, and I really foresee him just going crazy over Kamala, like he kind of did with CBS, right? With 60 Minutes. For some reason, it feels like she's really going to get on his nerves, even though she probably won't even have done anything as of like recently to get on his nerves, but I do definitely see that. Oh my goodness. You never know in Gloucester what you're going to see, that's for sure. So, for our next thing to read on, I'm actually going to read on Governor Waltz because I think that he's going to really kind of lead the way. And he was saying that the Democrats really haven't been, you know, what we haven't done, and we really need to get better at this, and maybe it's because we feel like everybody just wants to be left alone, but this is not the time for that. We need to come together in groups, in our communities, and we need to make democracy like a club. We can call it the Democracy Club. Everyone's invited. So I'm going to pull 3 cards about Governor Waltz. And by the way, if you're a member, I'm going to record the final video for my How to Be Psychic class, or presentation. I'll do it tomorrow. The wind will have died down by then. Yesterday was just impossible. Today was pretty impossible till I got in this little cubby spot. Tim Walz, Queen of Pentacles. He's going to be talking about Kamala. I would not be surprised. Yeah, Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. He's going to be talking about Kamala. I see Tim Walz getting out there and making lots and lots of speeches. Page of Swords. Yeah. There will be people... I think he's going to do it. I think Governor Waltz is going to do it. He's going to start getting groups, democracy groups together. Like, because he was talking about how MAGA, you know, even if people aren't, like, into MAGA, some of them just got sucked in for the community. And I used to say it was like a Grateful Dead concert in, you know, days of old, where people would show up from all around the country and they would meet and they would just catch up on their families and their you know, new babies or whatever, graduations, weddings. But reading about Tim Waltz on the campaign trail, the women are really going to be helping him to get the message out that we need to save our country. And the Page of Swords, he's going to appeal to the young men. And I agree with him wholeheartedly. The young men need to be initiated into adulthood. The young men need to have a place where they feel like they belong, and it can't be MAGA, but it's been MAGA to a large degree by default. Not good. We need to take care of our youth. We need to guide our youth. So this is just a mini reading. We'll get into it much more tomorrow night, and I have a sense that tomorrow night a lot will have happened by tomorrow night. Be ready for a very busy news week as always. Probably doesn't take a psychic to tell you that. Let's read on Stephen Miller. Let's read on this specifically about Stephen Miller, about him proclaiming that there shouldn't be due process, that that's not something that's in the Constitution, all this BS. See how they just kind of rely on people not knowing what's in the Constitution? It's insane. What is his fate? Is he gonna get shut down for this? I have the death card. That would be yes. Okay. 3 major arcana cards that I'm pulling about Stephen Miller, and the first one that I said when I just said is he gonna get away with this? No, that's a death card. This is Stephen Miller. The Empress is the United States. Our Constitution is much stronger. He's a fool. He will be held accountable. I don't know how or when. We don't need to know how or when. We just need to know that he's going down. Because if I'm asking about if he's going to prevail, and I get the death card and the fool card, pretty self-explanatory. Let's do one more question. So many that I could ask. I was really upset and crying about the what ICE is doing to innocent families. Really, I'm very, very, very angry about that. I've never seen such horrible things in my life as ICE raiding just a restaurant. People hanging out at the restaurant. There are immigrants working in the kitchen. They're all just doing their thing. They come in and terrorize them. Ben Mycelis posted it. It's in San Diego, I think it was. That's happening all over the country. It's happening right here in my city too. We haven't heard a lot about it, but I see posts on Facebook that ICE is here. Let's see how long, how ICE is going to do. And by the way, there's nothing legitimate about ICE. There's nothing. It's domestic terrorists. Don't be fooled. It's domestic terrorism. So angry, so angry. It really. This weekend has felt, even though the moon's been in Leo, this weekend has felt really weepy for me. I'm not sure what that's about. I think I'm picking up on the collective energy, but I don't cry easily, and I mean, there's been tears. It's not been easy. I feel like I'm picking up on the collective. The people are really grieving. We're grieving the loss of our country in a certain way. So we have to get it back. We can't think that we're powerless. So ICE, I think they're going to be shut down. I have the Queen of Pentacles. I have the Queen of Pentacles and the Chariot and the Three of Cups. I think that they're going to get busted. I think ICE is going to get busted. Once again, I don't know when. I mean, I can tune in a little bit more and see if I get anything about that. But what I see is like 4 or 5 cases, and you know, it could be that Garcia gets returned. We can look at that a little bit more later. But I'm not seeing this continuing. With the Three of Cups, that's a celebration card. The Chariot. I think this is going to be shut down. I think ICE is going to be shut down. I do. Queen of Pentacles, that's a judge. While I'm thinking about it, oh, look, a view of the sky. You can do some cloud scrying. Pretty clouds today. If I can get this to stand up, I'm literally wedging this between some rocks. I want to read on one more thing about Dumpy. Connected to that. Connected to this really unconstitutional thing where there's no due process. Let's see what's going to happen with that in the courts. I'm actually going to ask about the Supreme Court. But he didn't, you know, they said 9-0 he needed to return Garcia, and he did not. And he ignored the court. So I'm pulling 3 cards actually on the Supreme Court. Please hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe. I'm doing like 3 or 4 videos a day. Help me out. Book a reading. psychic@dion.com. Queen of Swords. Hey, there's some powerful stuff here. I think that Trump is really, he's going to be in some deep doo-doo. As far as the Supreme Court goes, yeah, they have hurt these people. The Supreme Court actually took away temporary protection status for 500,000 Venezuelans and other people from other countries too. And that's what this is, a stab to the heart. But I'm asking about Trump and the Supreme Court and the Queen of Swords and the Chariot. Well, I have a couple Chariot cards here, so expect some quick happenings, quick decisions, or quick news about this due process issue. We are going to end up strengthening our Constitution and strengthening our democracy through all this nightmare hell we've been in. But we're here for it. I know people complain, why do we have to work so hard? We're here for it. And my new slogan is include yourself. Don't be on the sidelines. I said that at church today. Include thyself. You're not meant to be an outsider. Alright, so that's what I have for you today on Sunday afternoon, the first day of June. What an amazing, beautiful day. There's a lot of reasons to have hope. Also, I've been saying for over about a week now that Russia has lost the war. Look for news about that this week. It's not in the news yet. And also North Korea was testing out some kind of battleship. They thought they had it all, like Kim Jong-un was all excited. Boy, somebody's going to get thrown off a cliff. And the thing went into the ocean and sunk. So there's some good news for you. Alright, we'll see you soon. psychic@dion.com, and tomorrow I'll be back with Off the Ledge. Please, please, please watch Church of Spirituality from today. It was a very, very powerful sermon. If you need to just go queue up to the sermon, that's fine, but I hope you watch the whole thing. Namaste. Keep the faith. Bye.